vid. Today we're going to be talking about the new raid Thunderstrike. Now, I'm only going to be going through a couple of raid nodes on this one just so you can kind of, get it little by little. So it's not too overwhelming. You're not having to stop, start, all that stuff. So we're going to do the first two nodes of this Thunderstrike raid. If you are a newer player, you're going to want Vigilante for this. If you're now building the new mutants, we'll see if they work. I don't have them yet, but it is another option that you could use for it. But again, we're going with this node here. Normal difficulty, super easy, as you can see, like 26 to 45k power. Thunderstruck, also pretty easy. We're talking just a million, like nothing crazy. So any normal vigilante that can do difficulty, I would say 6 and above, should be able to breeze through this. There are a couple of taunters and stuff like that that start off, with mummies and things like that. You also have Mr. Fantastic with MCU that's in this node. You have a couple of Franklins. They're going to put off the ult. But if you have a well enough built team, you shouldn't really have to worry about it. And you should be able to get through the Damien and the Franklin before they even take a churn, to be honest. So you can see the ISO here set up in the way that I have it. I don't think it's anything that's special. It's just, what you do. You can't sim these things, so you do have to play through them. It's kind of a bummer for those people that are later on in the game, but heaven forbid you actually play a game, right? I mean, we have these Krakens and whales sitting here complaining about, I have to play, I don't have time to play, I just want to spend money and get through these things. I don't have to play these nodes, so... this is something they put out. It's fun. It doesn't happen very often. The raid is 2 days, so you have plenty of time to do your nodes if you need to. So yeah, don't stress about it. So anyways, we're going to open up. We're just going to be doing basically Sable's ult throughout this whole thing. So we're just going to ult. We're going to go through. It's going to clear all the buffs that they have on them. The taunts, even the safeguards for most of them. As you can see, this one stayed. So we're just going to start with that one. We're going to go through. If he didn't keep the taunt on him and you were able to strip that, then I would probably prefer going for Franklin next with that next shot. And then aim at Damien after that. And then Azazel is going to be your third person you're going to want to be taking out. And you can pretty much just ult with everybody because you're going to be gaining back that ability energy. So you don't have to stress about it. The mummies are going to come back because you have Hit Monkey. That's why I think this team is probably the best one to use for this node. Because of the revives, they do kind of suck. And if he keeps on coming back and taunting, it's going to be a problem. They keep on spawning with a safeguard. It's going to be a problem. So... Sable gets rid of those things. Hitmonkey takes care of the taunt. And again, I'd go for the person with the most health that's the most problem. He has immunity. Reed has immunity, so there's no issue there. So Franklin is the biggest problem coming up next, and he has the most health. So I would kind of aim on those people when I go to clear nodes with Hitmonkey and stuff like that. Doing it's basically an AoE. Not quite, but basically. And then we're just going to finish it up with the specials and basics so we can save them for later on. And then we'll get to my other account. We'll do the second node of this. So that was first node. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Both difficulties pretty much the same way. Actually, the load time is actually going pretty good with this. Maybe I'll just do the second one on this as well. What my worry is it's going to crash because as you can see, I'm on the web browser one. The web browser one crashes if I do multiple things. I can't do war on it at all because sometimes halfway through one attack, by the time I get it in there, it's already crashed on me. So again, Thunderstruck. So we got normal difficulty. You're looking at 29 to 30 to 40k characters, and then when you get to the Thunderstruck, they're a little bit over a million, but still not anything that's too difficult. And if you've built Damon Hellstrom up, he's just gonna wipe through this node with no issues. This is the team you want to use. I do switch those two, just because I want Heartless to be at full health. If I lose Hello Kitty, I don't really care. I can sub in Elsa for her later on, but Strange later on, you're gonna use the ult. You'll probably see. Through these videos, you use that ult and it does huge damage amongst all the characters that you have. And then Fat Thor is going to be there. He helps out a lot. He's just ulting every time with the coolest animation I think in the game. Honestly, I think his ult animation is one of the coolest ones. If I get him to take a turn, you'll see. But it's usually just the Damon show. So we'll go in, we'll look at this one. You're just gonna ult right off the bat with Damon. You can special if you want, or basic even if you want to try to take a little longer to kind of see all the different abilities and stuff. If you're one of those that really like to look at the abilities and play through and see how things work, then by all means go for it. You could probably basic through this if you haven't built high enough. These Shaws are kind of a pain. I like to look at one of the Shaws when I do the attack. Actually, this is on Thunderstruck, so I shouldn't just... okay, I was going to say I shouldn't just one-shot through everything, but damn near did. So you're going to stay over on this side. I like to just bounce back between these guys because they're the ones that are going to stick around the longest. As you can see, the Rachels are gone. But these two are kind of a pain, so you're just going to kind of bounce back and forth between the two, doing the damage on them. We can go ahead and rewind this guy now with the special. And then, there we go. Here's the coolest animation in the game. We're going to put this on 1 speed. I really like Fat Thor's animation. This is rad. Go into the comic book, you know, throwing the Mjolnir at him. It's pretty cool, or whatever he calls the Thunderstruck one. I can't remember off the top of my head. But I really like that. It's really cool. I think it's Ragnarok or something. But it's awesome. I love that animation. They did that one right. It's kind of like the old Penny one from Spy Sock, but not quite, you know. So, all right. So we're going to go at Shadow King here. He's dropped, so we kind of want to get to him as soon as possible. Do as much damage as possible to him. Try to get him out quickly so we don't have to worry about him. Once he starts going with this darkness stuff, it gets to be an issue. So, yeah, take him out ASAP so you don't have to worry about him. This is going to put blinds up, so we want to put blind on Ancient One so she doesn't do gnarly things to me. But it doesn't stick because she's got the darkness. Oh, she's got that thing. All right, so we're going to go over Shaw. So this is why you bring Heartless Strange in here. His ult ability, you can see all these debuffs he has, and he only has 2 buffs on him, which is too bad. But he's going to whip out the tentacles, and he's just going to do a crap ton of damage to everybody. This is not quite the final wave. I believe there's one more, but look at all that damage. You know, it's pretty awesome. He's down at low health, so we can actually just special here. You could ult if you're really worried about it and just double tap and get rid of them all. But I know the power of my Daemon, and I know how much health these guys got left, so I'm fine with just doing that. Give safeguard to the team there. Shaw's going to do his thing, rewind a little bit. There we go. We're going to crack back and kill him with Thunder Thighs there, Fat Thor, whatever you call him. Yeah, we're just going to basic here with Strange, trying to get the abilities back up. On kills, we do get ability energy to whoever doesn't have full ability energy at the beginning of the turn. So, as you can see, we had max on Daemon. Not quite max on Mummy. So, maybe one more turn with Mummy will get max. And then that way, well, it looked like it went to Hello Kitty. It looked like either she got it or Strange got it. Either way, that's good because they both can start off with their ult that way. But yeah, save that ult for Heartless until you get a wave with somebody with a lot of buffs so you can do a lot of damage. That's really what it's for. But anyways, there's the first 2 nodes. Pretty simple. Enjoy. Have fun with the thing. It's something you can play through. Until next time, I'm Viz. Telling it like it is. Peace.